Four friends, Ayan, Raida, Sami, and Mina, boarded the midnight train from the old abandoned station outside their town. They were coming back from a late-night road trip, tired and laughing, with no idea they had just stepped into something far from normal. As soon as the train doors slid shut, the lights flickered and the engine roared to life. But the friends noticed something strange right away. There were no other passengers. No conductor. No sound except the slow, rhythmic clack-clack. Clack-clack of the tracks. Maybe it's just an empty route. Sammy shrugged, but even he didn't sound convinced. About 20 minutes into the ride, Mina pointed at the window. Guys, look at the reflection. In the dark glass, they saw someone sitting in the seat right behind them. A pale figure, completely motionless. Its head was tilted, staring at them through the reflection. But when they all whipped around, the seat was empty. Ayan tried to laugh it off, but his voice cracked. This train's old. Reflections must glitch or something. Of course, nobody believed that. A chilling silence fell over the group, broken only by the relentless sound of the wheels on the tracks. Suddenly, the speakers crackled alive. A distorted, raspy voice whispered, "Next stop, last Souls Junction."
Rita felt her blood go cold.
"There's no station with that name," she whispered, her voice trembling. The train began to speed up. Faster and faster. The lights dimmed until they were barely a dull glow. And then, one by one, the friends noticed shadows moving across the aisles, darting in their peripheral vision, even though no one else was there. The air grew heavy, thick with a sense of dread that was impossible to ignore. They were trapped, hurtling through the night toward a destination that didn't exist on any map. Then, out of nowhere, the empty rows of seats began to fill. Figures appeared like smoke, materializing from thin air.
Their faces were pale, their eyes hollow, their bodies utterly motionless.
Dozens of silent passengers now sat all around them. None of them breathed. None of them blinked. They all just stared at the four friends, as if they were waiting for something. The carriage was now crowded, but the silence was absolute, suffocating. The friends huddled together, too terrified to speak, their hearts pounding in their chests. The lights went completely black. For a moment, there was only darkness and the sound of their own frantic breathing. When the lights flashed back on, a tall man stood at the front of the carriage. He was unnaturally thin, almost skeletal, and wore a rotten, tattered conductor's uniform. He smiled, his lips cracked and dry. "You've boarded the Midnight Spirit Line?" he croaked, his voice like gravel. "And every soul who enters must stay." As he spoke, the doors sealed shut with a metallic groan. The windows darkened, turning into black mirrors that showed them nothing but their own terrified faces. The train started descending, as if it were sinking deep below the earth. The ghost conductor walked toward them, his footsteps making no sound. "One of you may leave," he said, his smile widening. "But only one. The train requires 3 souls to continue its journey." Panic erupted. The friends started shouting, crying, begging for their lives. But the conductor only watched, his hollow eyes filled with amusement. The train screeched, and the ghostly passengers leaned forward, their dead eyes fixed on their new replacements. A terrible choice had to be made. A single, horrified scream echoed through the carriage, and then silence. When the train finally stopped, only one person stepped off. He stumbled into the bright daylight of the real station, shaking, crying, alive. But as the train began to pull away, he looked back. Through the window, he saw his 3 friends sitting among the ghostly passengers. Their faces were pale, their eyes were hollow, and they were staring right back at him, forever part of the spectral crew. The Midnight Spirit Line continued its journey, forever searching for its next riders.